The blind janitor at the table tennis hall was just sweeping the floor when he paused to listen to two people playing nearby. In an instant, he could tell the opponent had a strong backhand, but a weak forehand. He kindly advised the young player to add spin when serving and focus attacks on the forehand side, but the young man scoffed at the idea, thinking how could a blind man possibly understand the intricacies of table tennis. He dismissed him and told him to get back to sweeping. Still, with some doubt in his mind, he tried following the blind man's advice on the next serve. To his surprise, the opponent failed to return the ball and sent it flying. The ball flew directly toward the janitor. Just as it was about to hit him, the player saw the blind man effortlessly return it into the ball basket. Using only his sense of hearing, the young man was stunned and realized the janitor was no ordinary man. Just then, the owner of the hall rushed in and asked all customers to leave. She gathered all the players for a meeting, then pulled out a stack of bank cards from a drawer. She announced the hall would be closing down, and the cards were severance payments. Years ago, she had kicked out a dishonorable player. Now that player was returning with a provincial champion to ruin their reputation. Knowing her current team had no chance of winning, she wanted them to leave with dignity. But over the years, everyone had received her kindness. Not a single player was willing to go. Seeing this, she didn't say much more. Instead, she pulled out a separate bank card and handed it to the blind janitor. After all, how could a blind man possibly help her? She told him to take the money and move on. But what she didn't know was that this man had once been a world table tennis champion. He had defeated the top players from Sakura country 3 years in a row, but his brilliance drew jealousy. On his way home, he was ambushed, his eyes were stabbed, and his career destroyed. He became a beggar until the owner took him in, letting him work as a janitor in her hall. Now, knowing she was in trouble, he decided to help her, but he still accepted the bank card. Others assumed he had betrayed the hall. The coach was furious and wanted to beat him up, but the owner stopped him. Just then, the traitor returned with his champion. He arrogantly announced, if anyone from her team could defeat his player, he'd kneel down and apologize publicly. The senior student couldn't take the insult and stepped up, only to lose 11-0. Seeing this, the coach took over, but the blind man noticed something wrong from the sound of the match. He realized the opponent was using powerful shots to wear down the coach's stamina. He immediately knew the match was lost. Sure enough, the coach was soon smashed with a killer shot, losing grip of his paddle. When he picked it back up, he realized he had no strength left in his hand. He had to forfeit. Now, only the owner remained, so she stepped up to fight. But years of running the hall had made her rusty, and after just a few rounds, she too was defeated. The traitor pulled out a pre-prepared transfer contract and told her to sign. She was ready to give in, but the blind janitor stepped forward, stopping her hand. He said he would play a match. The traitor laughed out loud, mocking the idea of a blind man playing ping pong. Even the owner tried to talk him out of it, but the man asked them if they dared to face him in a match. The traitor scoffed, saying a blind man had no right to challenge a champion. Then the janitor pulled out the bank card the owner had given him and offered it as a wager. Seeing an opportunity, the champion agreed to the match. The owner sighed and placed her last hope on this mysterious man. As the match began, the champion unleashed his strongest serve. Everyone thought the blind man was